Press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
And when I went to a country like Japan, it was not Tokyo that took my breath away. It was a small town called Utsunomiya, where when I went to the metro station, every square inch of that metro station had a braille pathway where you could kind of go up staircases, you could access the restrooms, you could get onto a train and off the train if you were somebody who had a visual impairment. And I was stunned, and I said, India wants to be Shanghai and we want to be so many things and we have such lofty ideals. Can we be sensitive? And like you rightly said, that where does it end, the marginalization? You have a supposed, people are very politically correct today. They say, oh, don't say disabled, say specially abled. That's tweeted, but that sensitivity is not displayed in their lives. So you have a disability and then you're a woman and then you're a Muslim and then you're in the LGBT community. It just gets more and more and more and more marginalized. So I think that when I was very struck when I saw the response of the Prime Minister of New Zealand to the horrific attack in Christchurch, I think the empathy she displayed is something all our leaders need to learn from instead of creating more divide in the time that we live in. But what struck me the most is when I watched the proceedings of Parliament, there was a box within that screen that had a lady such as her who was actually kind of translating what was going on in Parliament for people who might be sitting and watching there who might not have the capacity to be able to listen. And I think that is the sign of a great country. That is the sign of an evolved nation. So I think that with our population, like you rightly said, Ajayji, that if you look at the population of people who have some sort of impairment or disability, it is a staggering number. It's probably more than the population of most countries, but what are we doing about it? Like you rightly said, it's appalling that there is no access. Forget about public transportation. You go to a 5-star hotel, there is no ramp. You go to hospitals, there is no capacity for it to be able to kind of have a wheelchair go in. You've not thought it out. And that breaks my heart. Because like you rightly said, that we're all not going to be on this planet forever and we're all going to get older and something is going to stop working. And we just want a world where we can kind of be independent and not be dependent and ask for help each time and be able to maneuver and be able to use the bathroom with dignity or get to work with dignity, be able to earn a living with dignity. So I think what I've learned from Dr. Agarwal and from you, sir, is that don't give them your kind of pity. We don't want your condolences. Treat me as an equal, walk your talk. Offer me a job because I will sit there on that desk and I'll be more focused than the supposed able-minded or able kind of, sighted person because I don't have the distractions of my 25 horrible social media sites where there's a lot of noise being made but nothing is said. So if you ask me who is disabled today, the ones who have ears but choose not to hear, the ones who have sight but choose not to see each other's pain and do not display empathy, they are the ones who are disabled. And I think our country is littered with that at this point of our life where we just have lost empathy. So I think that thank you, I needed this ray of sunshine after I said goodbye to my friend this afternoon at the crematorium in Shivaji Park, and I think that it's wonderful to be here, it's wonderful that I can make someone in the room smile, and so I'm going to now get off the stage and figure out with you who's my teacher going to be, and I'm going to come back here and I'm going to be speaking to you in sign language the next time. That's my promise.
Before I forget this, I must say something which came back to me floating through the mist of time this morning. There is one of the greatest actors India has seen called Shivaji Ganesan, the South Indian superstar. I remember meeting Shivaji in his abode and I talked to him at length about his journey and I spoke to him about how did he acquire the skills and became such a phenomenal actor. He said something which stayed and which is relevant to this forum. He said, unlike people who are fashioned now in schools like Pune or like National School of Drama, I learned my craft through street theatre. He said, I used to perform on the streets of Madurai, where there were vegetable vendors and where there were people But when I used to perform, my eyes used to be riveted on one guy who couldn't hear. He was, and I could see him smile, then I would understand that my performance is working. I think that is the greatest lesson I've learned from that great actor. That he learned not from those who had ears, or who could perhaps follow the verbal garbage that he was hurling down there. There was something about the human heart, being able to tune into the other human heart. And Shivaji said, he was my teacher. I learned acting from him, and I bow down to him every time I perform. So I think if the great actor could include him and make him one of his arsenal as a tool to go to lofty heights, we as a society must use the strength of whom you call quote-unquote disabled and use their minds, their hearts. As I said, we saw this stunning design of one of those kids of those ice cream cones which were larger than life. I mean, it was, and I told Doctor, I said, the deeper the pain, the larger the ice cream cone. So I think that's where we come from. The more anguish, the more light you spread to the world. Jitendraji, there was no, that moment of darkness had not engulfed you, you wouldn't start a glorious moment like this. As I was saying, the great Mahabharata was born in that moment where the two armies were face to face, and Arjuna was filled with doubt. And in that hour of darkness was born that Gita. And let us carry that over.